Hey everyone, so today's video is more RTA. I wanted to give you an update on what the patch notes were going to be and the new character, but we don't have any info. So sadly I can't make that today, so you're stuck with RTA. So today, this is going to be a new kind of format. I know people said that they liked the other one, but I do want to try something here. So this may be the one and only time I do it. You guys let me know in the comments if you like this format more or less than the other one, and I can just pick between them, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the matches. So here we have our usual opponent in Stannis/Han, and I pre-ban Dark Valeria. The Dark Valeria has really just given me problems. It's hard to utilize, my Aurea with her. She gets around Jonathan, so I'm trying to pre-ban her. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to pause this video. Well, I'm going to speed it up, and then I'm going to pause it once all the picks are in. This is the new thing that I'm trying in this one. Okay, so here we have the final picks, and, just looking at this, I guess SSA is definitely a problem, looking at this, without knowing what ended up happening. I can't remember that far back. I switched my Nero to Avarice set to deal additional damage, which I was hoping to catch some people off guard. The Dark Dragon as Rena pick was in there to counter Halia, along with the Aurea. So I think overall it was okay. Dark Nick ends up being a real problem for me just in general matches, so I don't know why I picked Zoltan. Actually, there's not a lot of AoE damage dealers here, so yeah, that was interesting. But anyway, let's see what I ended up banning, and then we'll go into the actual match. Okay, so here, I guess, because I don't have a counter to Shark Solandra, I guess I end up banning him. Yeah. So, and he banned Zoltan. Okay. That actually worked out for me because I really don't think Zoltan's a threat. Zoltan has been really underwhelming for me, actually. So I get lucky here without any of the stuns landing from Corrupt Dorak. And now I think, my best play here is to definitely, I would think, stun. Okay, man. I probably would have stunned Dark Nick there. But anyway, here, this is where people would usually go after Nero, but because Han thinks that my Nero is in Dragon Scale, I don't think he thinks I'm going to do that much damage. So anyway, okay, so I ended up using the taunt on Dark Nick instead of, I guess, stunning him. So I'm guessing that's what I do here, yeah. Okay, and then here, Nero has defense up from Aurea, and not from Aurea, from Ashlyn, on top of being hit earlier, so he has additional defense, so he was hitting really hard there. So my little trick worked, but then Han asked me about it later, and now he knows he's an Avarice, so I gotta switch him up again, because now there's nothing to show him. So Dark Nick, I'm taunting him, I'm doing attack down, and he's just counterattacking all the time. So this was actually really close, and even though I thought I did everything right, it goes to show how OP, Dark Nick is, especially after the change. It's just like, you taunt him both turns, he's still killing everyone. It's just, yeah, it's nuts. He's become the bane of my account recently. But anyway, let's get into the next match. Okay, so it's just a rematch here, and I think I end up picking Dark Valeria again, just because it worked last time, although here, you could see with the pause, I was definitely debating Dark Nick, but alright, let's go fast forward through this, and then we'll get whenever the final teams were picked. Okay, so here we have the final picks, and I think I end up picking Dark Valeria again, just because it worked last time, although here, you could see with the pause, I was definitely debating Dark Nick, but alright, let's go fast forward through this, and then we'll get whenever the final teams were picked. Okay, so this time it looks like he first picked Nero, and then also he took Aurea because I first picked Ashlyn and then went into Halia. And then I picked, I think, Jabez, so I can find ways maybe to jump into a nuker and just ban the Aurea, but then he picked Corrupt Borak. And then it's down to RNG again. So then I went with Jonathan just to counter the Nero, I think. And then I picked Zoltan just in case I wanted to ban Nero. So just looking back at this tape, I'm kind of all over the place with my draft. I was really salty today playing these matches, but it's nice to look back at these things and just realize that I wasn't picking very well either. And it goes to show because the next 4 matches, just a little spoiler here, I lose all 4 of them. So we'll talk about those. But yeah, this just wasn't good picks. You know, he has 2 AoEers. I know he's got 3 here, but Garnett just hard counters Jonathan, so that's an interesting pick. I guess Jabez is okay against Holy Armor Virgil, but his is faster than mine. And then again, the Zoltan pick is odd. So anyway, yeah, not a great draft. Let's see how the gameplay goes. Okay, so I ended up banning Aurea and just rolling with the Corrupt Borak CC here. But the issue is if he bans Halia, he can just, yep. And you're going to see it here. This is just a total wipe. If he bans Halia, then his Garnett's faster than my team, and he can sleep Ashlyn 100%. And then I can't stun anybody, and then he just comes in and can focus down my Zoltan, but his Nero's most likely going to clean up here because I don't have the shields from Jonathan. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he was a little worried that he wouldn't, yeah, he was a little worried that he wouldn't one-shot Zoltan. So he gets the stun on Jabez there. I don't know if that matters or not. Yeah, I think here I'm in desperation mode trying to kill anything. As you saw, it did absolutely nothing to Holy Armor Virgil. And then here, once he got Ashlyn down far enough, it was just game over. So he drafted much better there. Looking back at that, it's just I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, good job by him. Okay, next up, here we got Zakiro, who has a A2 Dark Valeria. You just don't mess with that. She can literally one-shot your entire team when she dies, so she can just be there and do nothing and die and then kill your team. So yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. He ends up banning Dark Dragoness Rena. I've had some success with her, although it's been limited. She's just really squishy. She's not booked, so there's a lot of things going against her. She is in stun set, so there's some RNG there too. I probably got lucky with a couple stuns here and there. But yeah, anyway, so here's the draft. I'll fast forward this and we'll move on. Actually, I'll talk through this one because it's kind of going quick here. We won't pause it, so you'll get a little bit different takes. One of the old style that I had, and now this new style. Okay, so I pick Aurea to counter the Halia. I have Alicia to counter the Ashlyn. So right now I'm feeling pretty good. He picks Alistair, who has been interesting. Like, I know people really like Alistair, but other than, the stun taking place, he seems easy to kill. I do think if you bring him with like a Mathasia or a Dark Hassle, he can be pretty threatening because even if he dies, he's coming back and then doing a lot of attacks. So there is that. So then he also picks Divine Yolanda, which is just a character that I don't like playing against because she's just really good in general. She's fast, does a lot of damage, protects the team. And you can't revive anybody, so you can't bring in Mathasia or anything. So whatever. So then I pick Levi because I just have to try and snipe that Alistair, and Levi is also pretty good at dodging the stun, so that's kind of cool. And here I pick Zoltan just in case he ends up killing my team with Alistair. And then he ends up picking Dark Nick. So here I end up banning, I think, the Divine Yolanda. Oh, okay, I banned the Halia because I was expecting him to ban the Aurea. Okay, so I ended up banning the Halia. Here I'm faster than the Ashlyn, which is why I went with this pick. And now I gotta hope that Levi dodges the stun, which he did. And now Divine Yolanda's gonna go. And here, I was expecting him to attack, but he just put up this defense, like invincible and stuff like that, which I guess was kind of smart because it allowed his Alistair to stay alive, because if he didn't put that up, I would have attacked him with Levi. So here he gets to go. And as you see there, like, I don't think his damage output is that great. And I focused down the Divine Yolanda, which I think might have been a mistake in hindsight. I did get a little unlucky with not critting there at the 30% mark that her little buff puts up. Okay, and then here I go with Levi to try and kill the Alistair, but just didn't do enough damage, and here he gets additional attacks. And this is another thing that I'm noticing, that I'm like trying to I'm avoiding hitting this Dark Nick, because again, like, this Dark Nick is just so dumb. Like, you can't attack him. If you do, he does crazy amount of damage, but if you don't attack him quick enough, then you're just dead. So right here, you know, I need a proc from Levi to try and go off, and it doesn't work. So now I'm hoping Zoltan survives. But Zoltan loses defense, so now he's got 1 health left, and lo and behold, he just nukes my entire team. Levi doesn't dodge, and it's just like, I felt like I drafted well there. I had counter picks. I thought I played that well, and in the end, it's just Dark Nick being like, oh, okay, well, you finally attacked me, so now I'll nuke you. So I might just end up banning him going forward in further matches, so there's that loss. I probably should have attacked Dark Nick a little earlier before my heroes were dead. That's one thing that I could have done differently here for sure. Okay, so then we got Adiseu. Now, I know he has a Levi. I don't know the other characters he has. I'm not sure if he has, you know, a Dark Nick, if he has a Dark Valeria. So here I think I'm just debating. And after, oh, okay, maybe I just go SSA. Yeah, which is always a safe ban. Okay, so let's move on to the final picks, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so here he has Alistair, Brand the Brilliant, and his Ashlyn as the threats. So I have Jonathan for Brand the Brilliant, and I have Jonathan for Ashlyn. I have the DDA in there for the buffs from Ashlyn, and then also for Halia. And then I have Levi just as a good general DPS character that can take care of Alistair, Brand, and Ashlyn. And then I have Jabez in there also to deal with Brand's additional turns. So, and then of course the Alicia to try and snipe the Ashlyn. So let's see who I end up banning here. Okay, so, oh wow, so that was quick Ashlyn, okay. Maybe because I thought the Oreo was gonna get banned? Is that who we banned? I forget who we banned now. Oh, okay, yeah, so he did ban the Aurea. Here, I think I was thinking that I was pretty good. But what ends up happening is I think the Alistair ends up stunning my Jabez. And that threw a bunch of stuff off. So here, I think he taunts Jonathan. Is that what he ends up doing? Yeah. That was interesting. I didn't understand that. But the other thing that I noticed here was this guy has a crazy strong Aurea. Like, Levi did nothing to her. So the shield from Jonathan did not save Jabez. He got stunned by Alistair there. And here, just the tankiness of this Aurea, I think, ended up biting me. I got some nice dodges from Levi, but I think in the end, the taunts, I think I just ended up getting taunted too much. I know Alistair, his attacks are 1x1, so he actually can hit Levi on each instance. I think he gets lucky here. Unlucky. Okay, so he did some decent damage there. Okay, yeah, so the taunt landed on Levi. He is only down to 20 dodge, so I need him to like proc his ultimate, and he hasn't just been doing that. So here, see, Levi dodges all of these. That's highly unlikely. It's really odd that happened, because you'll see it again. I'm pretty sure that his Alistair ends up getting to hit him again. And I almost took out that Aurea. If I did, I probably had a shot. But here you'll see. So he dodges, and then he hits him. So it was nuts that he was able to dodge all that amount. But anyway, yep, just too many taunts. And, Dark Dragoness Rena has turned out to just be too squishy. She's not booked, so it wasn't working out. And here we go again with another match against Han and Stunnis. And, after losing to that Dark Nick, I probably debated there, but ended up going with the Dark Valeria anyway. So here he first picks Nero. I'll just talk through this one because I think this draft is kind of quick. I go with Aurea, just as a good general character, because she deals with Nero pretty well. I went with Jocasta because he went with Corrupt Aurak, and again, I don't know why I'm picking Zoltan. I'm like trying to make him work. I will say that there are at least now 3 AoEers, so this is a better opportunity for him. But he goes Dark Nick again, and I don't know why. Let's see here who his last pick was. I think he ends up going with Shark Soul Andre. And then I think I try to pick Jabez. I think this is the fight where he like one-shots my Jabez. I'll see. I thought this draft was going to go a little quicker, but he's taking too long. Oh, he goes Therese. That's right. So then I definitely picked Jabez here, because Jabez is really good against Therese. And he's pretty good against, the tanks like Corrupt Aurak and Holy Armor Virgil. And he's a safer pick here because he didn't bring Halia to jump into Dark Nick. So I was debating banning Dark Nick here, but I was probably worried about the stuns from Corrupt Aurak. Oh, okay, so I ended up going with Holy Armor Virgil, so it's a different match that I was thinking of. Alright, so he ends up stunning Jocasta, which didn't matter. That's why she's in there. Okay, so here I was debating on whether to ult or not, but I saw that Nero came next after the Therese, so I felt it was a safe pick to ult, because now his Nero will just be doing damage against against Aurea. So then here, my stun target, who did I end up going with? It looks like Corruptorak, okay? Probably because I don't want him to attack my Zoltan. So Zoltan counters here, and here I have the opportunity to kill Nero with the splash damage and do an AoE on Therese, which triggers his additional ability, his extra turn, so then Jabez counters, allowing Jabez to get invincible, but then he gets stunned. And then he was able to kill my Aurea, so in the end, the Dark Nick became untaunted, and I think that's pretty much where I lost. I tried to kill Nero here with the Jocasta, but it ended up not working out. Okay, so then he starts focusing on Jocasta. And then here, you know, I'm in a bit of a pickle because last time I didn't hit Dark Nick enough. So I didn't want to give him all this time to, you know, get the damage down on Zoltan. And then I start trying to pluck away at those stacks, but he still does half the amount of damage on me here. And also puts up the unhealable. He gets the stun on my Zoltan, so Zoltan doesn't get to attack. So still more turns of Dark Nick just doing more damage, and there you go. So just ends up wiping me, you know, simple. And that's all I got for you guys today. You know, just me getting slapped around by Dark Nicks and stuff like that. But that's how it goes sometimes. You live and you learn. All right, well, thanks for watching. See ya.